This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Nevada. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Nevada and Learfield.
Hello and welcome to the season's final edition of Wolfpack All Access. I know that is tough to hear. I'm your host, Mike Stephenson. Of course, men's hoops has seen its share of triumphs and setbacks since tipping things off back in November. This week, the Wolfpack trying to raise those vibes as high as possible ahead of the Mountain West Conference tournament down in Las Vegas, where, of course, last weekend, the Silver and Blue lost a tough one in overtime to the rival Rebels from UNLV. Nevada then having to hit the road for another tough trip, visiting Wyoming Tuesday night in the final away game of the regular season. And if you know, you know. Arena Auditorium has not been kind to the Wolfpack of late, with Nevada entering losers of 6 in a row in the Cowboy State. And from the opening tip, it was all Cowboys. Wyoming shooting 69% through the game's first 20 minutes, good for a 49-28 halftime lead. The Wolfpack's late arrival ultimately proving faithful. Despite shooting 50% in the second half, Nevada's late surge was not close to enough, with the Pokes handing the Pack a 7th straight loss in Laramie, 83-73. That made Saturday's home and regular season finale all the more significant as Nevada played host to Air Force. Our highlights from the Wolfpack and the Falcons are delivered by BTX Logistics. And it was a nice night to get right and celebrate the seniors. Jariah Coleman, Caleb Lowry, Joel Armo-Trading, Tayshawn Comer, and Corey Camper Jr. Of course, 4 of the 5 here for just one single season, trying to end the home schedule with a bang. And early on, it was all Wolfpack, quite literally. And it's the seniors doing their thing as Lowry hits from deep. Moments later, it'll be Comer doing the same, and Nevada's out to a hot start. Then it's Camper Jr. with the slick feed for Lowry. Look out below. It's a 12-0 start for Nevada. How about we give the future some love with freshman to freshman, Miles Walker, Peyton White, 2 hands for safety, Pack playing above the rim. Back to the older guys and the leading scorer, it's Camper throwing it down. Nevada, though, was up just 7 at halftime as the Falcons stayed in striking distance. Oh, but that distance would separate the second half, bringing big Wolfpack runs. Von Ween splashes it through from deep, and more from behind the arc as Amir Robinson gets 3 of his own. The lead swells to 17. Back to the seniors and Armo-Trading with the big-time swat, though the Falcons will get the last laugh on the putback. Back to playing above the rim, and Elijah Price throwing it down hard. He had 13 points and 5 rebounds. How about one more for good measure? It's Camper Jr. He had a game-high 18 as the Wolfpack wraps up its regular season with a win at home, 74-59.
We knew they were going to come in and give us a tough matchup. We know they're going to give us a tough matchup on Wednesday. Really just focusing in on defense and staying together and understanding that the bigger thing is to just win the tournament. So just staying focused.
Feels good coming off a win, going into the next game. That's always good. Just got to get ready, get prepared for Wednesday. Any game's going to be a battle, so we just got to prepare the right way and come out ready. So.
All right, so Nevada ends the regular season 20-11 overall, 12-8 within the Mountain West. That is good for a 5th place finish, as Nevada will now face off with Air Force again next Wednesday at the first round of the conference tournament in Vegas. Tip-off is set for 2:30 inside the Thomas & Mack Center. Later on in the show, we are getting fresh with the guys as we spend some time with them at the barber shop, introducing you to the guy who keeps them cleaned up. Plus, Nevada's women tip off at the Mountain West Tournament themselves. But first, we're sitting down with Steve Alford, next on Wolfpack All Access. Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access has returned as Nevada returns to its winning ways, clobbering Air Force in Saturday's regular season finale. Moments after the final horn from Lawler, our Shannon Kelly was visiting with head coach Steve Alford.
Joined inside of Legacy Hall with head coach Steve Alford after a 74-59 win over Air Force, the 3rd season in the last 4 years with 20 wins. Coach, just what have you liked out of your guys this year to get to that point?
Well, just super excited for them. You know, we've had like anything, over a 7-year period, we've had to go through a COVID season, which was wild and shortened season. And for these guys to respond after last year where we didn't click. I didn't like a lot of things about it. We had good guys as well, but we just didn't connect. And these guys connected right from June. I mean, they just started building on it right away, and they've just been a joy. They've just been a joy to coach, a joy to be around. They're high-character guys. I'm just so appreciative of our community because I think our community appreciates guys with high character and integrity going out and playing hard. Doesn't mean they're going to win every game, but they played awfully hard. And, you know, we were a couple of wins away from being right in the thick of a conference title chase. So I'm just so pleased that, you know, you put 10 new guys out there, or 10 new guys in the program, and you can get to that 20-win mark. It's a pretty special group that can do that, and hopefully we can go to Vegas and play well and keep this going as long as we can.
I believe you had said to your guys after the game, go say thank you to the students. Could you just talk about the students and just Waller Event Center as a whole this season and just what they've been able to bring to your program?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good environment from mid-January on. You know, that's what this college town is here. When you put a product out there that have good character, good integrity, and they play hard every night, you're going to get supported in this town. And we're winning along the way. You know, to win 20 games, we've won a lot of games this year. So, and the students, I thought, really came out well. I thought our marketing department, people worked awfully hard of getting the tailgate going, that kind of the football deal, but doing it for our games, and I think that made a huge impact. So our students have been terrific all year long. So hopefully some of them can get down to Vegas as well, and our fans can get down to Vegas. But super appreciative of our fan support this year.
You had 11 different players score against Air Force. Just how important will it be for you guys to try to continue sharing the ball as you're going to see this same Air Force team again in just a couple of days?
Yeah, kind of odd scheduling. You know, we're going to play them to close out the year and then have to play them in the first round of the tournament. But we are a deep team, Shannon, and so we just got to get on a run. You know, we got to, you know, the neutral floor now, and it's hard winning on the home court or on the road in this league. As you know, you see how competitive it is, especially that upper half. Like, they're gonna have some really exciting games, and we played well last time we were on that court against UNLV. So hopefully the guys will talk about it, can take a lot of momentum and confidence into this tournament, and hopefully our depth can be something that, you know, we talk about depth, but you got to win that first one, you know, and that's not going to be easy because it's hard beating somebody 3 times. But we like where we're at right now, and hopefully we can play well.
Is there just a key or just a couple things that you feel like you guys need to do in order to just play well to try and get past game 1, move on to game 2, and maybe get to game 3?
Yeah, I think when you get in postseason tournaments, when you're on a neutral court, one, you got to be really together, which I think we are. You got to make shots. Making shots in March is always a huge key, and then you got to defend. And we've been shooting the ball pretty well. You know, I'm not sure we made a lot of threes tonight, but we got a lot of paint scores tonight, and we got to the free throw line, which is what we wanted to do. But you're going to have to make some shots. You're going to have to execute offense, low turnovers, which we've been pretty good with that all year long. But you got to guard. You've got to be at your nastiness that you've been all year at the defensive end.
Senior night has a whole new meaning now, but you had 5 seniors that were honored tonight, 4 of which only spent 1 season here, and then along with Jariah Coleman, who had spent a couple years here. Could you speak on all 5 of those seniors maybe and what they've been able to bring to this program?
You know, we only have them for about 8 months, which, it's not something I enjoy like I did 15, 20 years ago when you get freshmen and you develop them and the community gets to fall in love with them and get to know their personalities. And, you know, I think like TR, you know, TR's been here a while, Jariah's been, but some of these guys you just don't get to see them more than 8 months. And for fans, you're getting to see them for like 4 months. And so it's difficult, but this group of young men, you know, Jariah's been here 3 years, and his development has been incredible, and he's really helped us this year. Corey's been our leading scorer and somebody that has just done so many good things for us on the court. Tayshawn, a lot's asked of him because he's a leader and he's a point guard. You know, Joel's battled injuries, and he fought like crazy to get back and do the things he's done. And Caleb, you know, coming from the NEIA and have to play at this level, has really started to come on late in the year. He got 9 rebounds again tonight. But what I can say about all 5 of them is just quality young men. I'm blessed to coach them. We just don't want it to end, and that's the That's why it's March Madness. In a blink of an eye, it's over.
Well, best of luck to you on
I
Wednesday,
appreciate
Coach.
it. Thanks
We appreciate
so much.
it. Nevada and Air Force set for a 2:30 tip-off, and you can watch the action live here in Northern Nevada on Nevada Sportsnet.
All right, thanks, guys. And, Coach, thank you for the time all season long. We'll see you and the squad down in Las Vegas. And you can bet some of the players are going to try to find time to visit their favorite barber before jumping on the plane. We're taking you up close and personal as the guys get the full treatment from one of Reno's finest. That's next on Wolfpack All Access. Hi, and welcome back. I'm Mike Stephenson. Well, you know the old adage, you look good, you play good. Such is certainly the case for Nevada, which has found a home for its haircuts, often piling in to rotate through the chair of one of Reno's top barbers.
Yo, this is Deron Manning, aka Jack of all fades. The reason why we're the best shop in Nevada is we just don't let anybody else serve us, man. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure it's popping. Jared Lucas and Keenan Blackshear, I had started cutting their hair. They're the ones that really put me on to where I got in the circle with the team.
You said 5 o'clock, it's 5. So I'm next. Come kick it with my homie Jack. You know,
I was looking for a barber my freshman year, and you know, everybody was recommending me to him, so you know, he got me right, and ever since then, I've been coming to Jack.
The rest of the guys, they already went here, so they put in a good word. I followed him on IG, and then yeah, he been getting me right ever since.
he's definitely best in Reno.
Just on the camera.
It's tight to cut their hair though. I've always been a Wolfpack fan, so it's more personal when you know the cats that's going out there doing it.
I ain't got no family out here in Reno, so you know, Jack, he dang near like big bro to me. Like I look up to him in a sense.
It's important to have a barber that can cut the fella's hair and tell him like, hey man, don't give up. I have a responsibility to really pour into him. It's just being a big brother / uncle. Sometimes they're on the screen and I'm like, man, I cut them.
I'm superstitious, so I kind of stick to the same routine. I always get a haircut, and then, you know, got to look good on the court.
I always gotta keep a fresh lineup on the court, you know, so I gotta look good some way, somehow. Gotta stay fresh.
This my son. Just cut everything off. I want all this off.
Don't listen to him, don't listen to him. I'll say I come every 2 weeks. I try to at least. If it's like a month, that's like pushing it.
Being in a barbershop is like a getaway for like a lot of people in the black community. I grew up going to the barbershop and sitting there for hours. Where all the men just come, talk, chill, you feel me? Get a good little lineup. You never know if you're going to the barbershop, I ain't gonna lie.
He said I get 10 tries. Am I scoring 1 on them? Miles, I'm scoring on YouTube for sure. If somebody comes in my shop, I hope that when they leave, they want to come back. I hope that we empowered them. I hope that we encouraged them. I hope that we gave them light, man. Somebody needs it. I'll see y'all there. All right, boy. Yup. Thank you. So you come here, not just the energy, but the haircut. I want you to walk out feeling more than $1 million.
How fun is that? Many thanks to the Jack of all fades, aka Deron Manning, for welcoming us into the shop, and a special kudos to the players, Tayshawn Comer, Tyler Rawlison, Miles Walker, Amir Robinson, and Chuck Bailey for letting me join in on those festivities. That was really fun to shoot and put together. All right, coming up on Wolfpack All Access, Nevada's women hit the floor at the Mountain West Tournament. But first, here is Chris Murray with This Week in Wolfpack History.
The 1983-84 Nevada men's basketball team entered its conference tournament with a 14-13 overall record and 7-7 Big Sky mark. As the number 4 seed, Nevada was a sizable underdog at the Big Sky tournament. 3 wins later, it had qualified for its first NCAA tournament. Nevada beat number 5 seed Idaho State in the quarterfinal before upsetting top-seeded and host Weber State by 17 points in the semifinal. And on March 10th, the Wolfpack edged second-seeded Montana 71-69 in the Big Sky Championship game after Danny Jones' steal and layup in the final seconds. Said Coach Sonny Allen after the win, "We weren't good in November or December. In January we were fair, we were good in February, and in March we have been great." In its first NCAA tournament game, Nevada would lose to Washington by 10 points in the first round. But history was still made that season. with the Wolfpack reaching the big dance for the first time ever.
Hi, my name is Annalise Kalmer. I'm with the Nevada track and field team, and I'm going to be answering 5 questions. Ooh, off the field hobby. I love to read. I'm a big reader. Got my Kindle at home waiting for me when I get back from training, and yeah. You know, with Athens, the first ever Olympics happened, and yeah, the first ever track. I feel like that would be really cool. My idol would be Femke Bol. She's a Netherlands sprinter, or 400-meter hurdler from the Netherlands, and she's just awesome, so yeah. Ooh, I'm a little fussy, so my ultimate sandwich would be probably just ham and cheese, straight up like that. Toasted, yeah, that's all. I think I have this little weighted pillow that I sleep with. It's shaped as a dinosaur. You get them from Target. And I probably couldn't live without that.
Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access rolls on. The women's hoops team looking for a spark ahead of the conference tournament and finding it in the regular season finale, though it was probably more dramatic than it needed to be. The Wolfpack wrapping up its schedule Tuesday at Utah State, barely squeaking by an Aggies squad that had not won a game in 2026. Nevada would need overtime to leave Logan and the Smith Spectrum with the 72-69 win, giving Nevada 10 wins to 20 losses during the regular season. A 6-14 mark in the Mountain West, landing Nevada the 10 seed at the conference tournament, and a Saturday night showdown with 7 seed Fresno State, a Bulldogs team that beat the Wolfpack by double digits twice in the regular season. Not much changing in this contest. Fresno State jumping out to an 8-0 early lead, swelling that advantage to as much as 21 before the halftime break. The Wolfpack's season ends in round 1 of the conference tournament and with a 10-21 overall record. There was one major bright spot during the difficult season. Skylar Durley was named the Mountain West's Freshman of the Year. It is the first time Nevada has boasted the honor in its conference tenure, and just the second Freshman of the Year in program history, going back to Brandy Fitzgerald capturing the crown in 2006. Durley led the Wolfpack in both scoring and rebounding. The Oklahoma City product was also the conference's Freshman of the Week 5 times during the regular season. Elsewhere in Wolfpack land, a major moment for men's golf on Tuesday, with the guys taking the team title at the Watney from the San Joaquin Country Club in Fresno, winning the 14-team event by 7 strokes, finishing at even par as a group. It is the Wolfpack's first team title since 2024. Baseball was back at home this week, hosting Pacific for 3 Friday through Sunday, and it was all silver and blue. The Wolfpack taking Friday's Game 1 11-7 before a 10-5 victory Saturday. Nevada has another game at Stanford Wednesday before starting Mountain West play with 3 games Friday through Sunday at Fresno State. Softball spending the weekend at the Jane Sanders Classic in Eugene, Oregon, snagging a Friday morning win against Oregon State 7-5 before falling later in the day to Sacramento State 9-7. The ladies picking up another win over the Beavers Saturday morning 10-2 before finishing with a pair of games against the host team Oregon. Next up for Nevada, the home and Mountain West Conference opener Friday under the brand new lights at Hickson Park as Boise State comes to town. First pitch is set for 5 p.m. Elsewhere, men's tennis went 2-1 at the Golden State Invitational in Sacramento, sweeping New Mexico and Portland before a 4-3 loss to Hawaii on Saturday. And women's tennis taking a 4-3 loss at home Saturday to visiting Sacramento State. All right, coming up, we'll wrap a bow on this final installment of Wolfpack All Access. We are fast approaching the finish line here on Wolfpack All Access. But first, a quick reminder, if you haven't booked yet, it is not too late. The Mountain West Men's Basketball Tournament is going down this week in Las Vegas starting Wednesday. You can learn more about ticket packages at themw.com. And I tell you what, whether Nevada is in the mix down the stretch or not, it should be a really intriguing week with a trip to the big dance on the line. But if you're not there, Nevada softball would love to see you Friday for the home opener at Hickson Park, and again the debut of new lights First pitch between the Wolfpack and Boise State is set for 5. That is all she wrote for Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access 2025-2026. Don't be sad it's over. Be happy it happened. Thanks so much for rocking with us all season long. You know we're going to be back in the fall, but of course, we're always live at nevadasportsnet.com, and join us weeknights on NSN Tonight. I'm Mike Stephenson saying, so long, friends.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.